Our website, channelstv.com, has more information on our top stories and others. Subscribe and watch Channels Television's live stream on YouTube and other social media platforms using your mobile device browser, or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. You can also watch us via your smart TV platforms on Apple TV, Android TV, Fire TV, and Roku. Now let's get more stories and move to our Abuja studios, where Linda is standing by. Hello, Linda.
Hello, Melinda. The Minister of Foreign Affairs has confirmed that racism against Nigerians is on the rise in China at an almost institutionalized level, contrary to the belief that the Chinese government is tackling the problem. Mr. Geoffrey Onyema spoke to newsmen after a closed-door meeting with the Chinese ambassador. He says he demanded an explanation for the discrimination against Nigerians in the Guangzhou province, where there are reports of endless quarantining and taking of blood samples from Nigerians purportedly to test for COVID-19. Mr. Onyema is asking all Nigerians who live in China to document any acts of racism against them and send to the Nigerian authorities.
An effort to contain an outbreak of COVID-19. Yes, that, some of those that came into the country then tested positive were Africans, but that was absolutely no reason whatsoever to completely, trespass on the rights and the dignity of Nigerians and Africans in the city. We've seen in videos and films of people having their blood taken. That, as far as I understood, that the way for testing for this virus, was through the nose and the throat. Swabs up the nostril and in the throat. And, we're seeing these pictures, and I was also informed, by our people there, that people were being taken in and having their blood taken and so forth. And that it appeared in many cases that it was only the Africans and Nigerians who were being who were experiencing this kind of treatment. So,
Gombe State has set up 2 treatment and isolation centers to combat the coronavirus pandemic in the state. The isolation centers are the Kwandom Infectious Disease Hospital, which has a 150-bed capacity, and another at the State Specialist Hospital, Gombe. The state governor, Alhaji Inuwa Yahaya, says the state is preparing for any case of the pandemic in the state.
Governor Inuwa Yahaya of Gombe State commissions the intensive care unit of the State Specialist Hospital, which has been prepared as an isolation and treatment center for COVID-19. The state is yet to record any case, but the state government is not taking chances as the nation continues to record fresh cases. The hospital is fully equipped for the management of severe cases, including mechanical ventilators, oxygen concentrations, cardiac respiratory monitors, and other needed facilities. The state government hopes to spend more as it plans to set up a testing center in the state.
The people of Gombe State will get treated if necessary, but our prayer is that we protect the people from getting any infection. We just made up all these facilities that you saw in the event that there is an infection, and we need to treat and make sure we save the people from the pandemic. That is the essence of putting up all those facilities and structures that you saw. No amount of money is too much for us to put on the people. We are ready to spend even more, but so far, so very good. Like I mentioned in my speech, about 500 million naira has been committed. That is besides the structures, in order to make up all the shortcomings that we have, so that we are always ready for eventualities.
The governor is also setting up the Kwadon Infectious Disease Hospital, which has the capacity for 150 beds. The idea is to take proactive steps to prevent any outbreak in the state.
Other measures we took to contain the spread of COVID-19 in Gombe State include the closure of schools, stay-at-home order for civil servants from levels 1 to 12, closure of state boundaries, and the ban on large social, economic, and religious gatherings. These are going to remain in place and will be reviewed as the situation unfolds.
The state is planning another 50-bed capacity, fully equipped facility at Federal Teaching Hospital Gombe, and additional isolation facilities are also being prepared at Funakai and Kaltungo local government areas in order to ensure effective coverage of the state. Hajira Aliyu, Channels Television News.
The Armed Forces of Nigeria has announced plans to provide support to the police force and other security agencies to checkmate the activities of criminals who are out to take advantage of a lockdown directive. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, the coordinator of the Directorate of Defense Media Operations, Major General John Eninche, explained that all the 6 geopolitical zones are covered. General Eninche, who dispels claims of attacks on civilians in the northeast, insists that the bombing of Shokotoko near Damboa in Borno State resulted in massive casualties for Boko Haram insurgents.
The high point of our level of preparation towards supporting the federal government to tackle COVID-19 pandemic is a provision of 2 military laboratories to carry out tests for the coronavirus. And these are the Defense Reference Laboratory in Abuja and the Nigerian Air Force Reference Laboratory in Lagos. Hence, the High Command of the Armed Forces of Nigeria hereby encourages the general public to strive to abide by the guidelines provided by the government on preventive measures against contracting the coronavirus. Key among which is the instruction on lockdown given by the federal and various state governments. This will ensure that appropriate actions are taken by the relevant agencies to identify and manage cases promptly in order to prevent community transmission. Therefore, the Nigerian military reiterates that the essence of this measure is for the good of all Nigerians and other nationals residing in the country. Thus, all are kindly requested to cooperate with the security agencies to ensure that the lockdown is effective.
And that's all from Abuja. Back to you, Melinda.
Many thanks, Linda. Nigeria's multiple award-winning hip-hop artist, Innocent Idibia, popularly known as 2Baba, who recently teamed up with Trophy Extra Special Stout, a new product from the stables of International Breweries PLC, to encourage Nigerians, has described the concert as a success. The first of its kind online concert in Nigeria had over 50,000 viewers streaming from it across the nation within 24 hours of the live feed, and was streamed live on social media handles of the artist and the Trophy Extra Stout on Sunday. Trophy Extra Stout Special and 2Baba also kept their promise to donate a sum of 10 million naira to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, to support the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic.
Me and you no go catch corona. Hey, you said corona. Me and you no go catch corona. We no go catch corona. We no go see corona. We no go near corona. We no go corona. We go the dodge corona. And so we go the dodge corona. And so we go the skip corona. One love together.
The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has announced 51 new cases of COVID-19, and that's the highest number announced in one day. It's bringing the number of confirmed cases in the country to 493. Of the cases, 32 are in Lagos, 6 in Kano, 5 in Kwara, 2 each in the FCT, Oyo and Katsina. then 1 in Ogun and Ekiti State. Now let's look at the numbers. The breakdown of the cases in each of the states show that Lagos now has 283 cases, FCT Abuja 97, Kano 27 cases, Osun 20, Edo and Oyo states have 15 cases each, 10 in Ogun State, Kwara and Katsina have 9 each, Bauchi, Kaduna and Akwa Ibom have 6 cases each, Delta 4 cases, Ondo and Ekiti have 3 cases each, while Enugu, Rivers and Niger State each have 2 cases, with Benue and Anambra recording 1 case each. A total of 159 patients have been discharged, while 17 deaths have been recorded.